What is going on, everybody? Once again, Mr. Soul Lover Man 504, aka the Money Res. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, folks. So, getting straight into it. So today we're talking about a gifted spiritual being, or how to know that you're a gifted spiritual being. So, has anybody ever told you in your life, that you're brilliant, that you're special, natural, extraordinary? Well, I'm here today to let you know that you are, if you are watching this video. Because people, have always encouraged me. I remember somebody once upon a time saying, wow, you have so much potential, but back then I couldn't get it because low self-esteem, depression, all that good stuff. But now I get it, since someone else reminded me of that. They were like, man, you know what? The things that you can do with your spiritual gifts, how special you are, how one of a kind you are. They were like, you're brilliant, you're a star seed, and I love one, I love speaking life into people, and I love when people can speak that life, into me. We're talking about, just how to know if you're a gifted spiritual being, or just being a gifted spiritual being. So, one thing with that is, unlocking your magic, unlocking your power, unlocking your potential. And again, all of that comes in from the belief, and honestly, and just believing in yourself, knowing who you are, knowing that that you have this untapped potential and these abilities that are just, if anybody, people ever said that you were just that you were just different from everybody else. Me, that's my whole life. People have always told me I was different. Didn't understand why. People used to always say, look, there's just something about you, that just sets you apart, that just makes you not follow the crowd, that makes you go away from the norm, so to speak, of what everybody else does. It's like you just always, somebody once told me, like, oh, you just always have to be different. I was like, yeah, because that's gotten me, that's gotten me to this point. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for sharing. So, that's gotten me to this point. And, unlocking your, like I just told somebody in a session, just unlocking your unlimited potential that you have in yourself. And I think, I know sometimes it comes from, it's always, like that in the X-Men comics, people, I think Professor Xavier said, people often fear things that they don't understand. Like if you were to sit down with somebody and you just read their whole life like that, you just told them characteristics about themselves. You don't know them. You don't see anything about them, nothing on the internet. And you just start rattling off all of this information. Of course, some people is going to blow their minds. Some people are going to be fascinated about it. Some people, it might scare them, because it's like, it's easy for people to, to look and point and judge other people. But, when if their sins are tattooed on them, and people can call them, a liar or fraud or, whatever, an alcoholic, people don't like that kind of stuff, when the shoe is on the other foot. But, just knowing that sometimes, there is no, sometimes there's no roadmap, that you have this unlimited, untapped potential, that is inside of yourself. And you just hear a voice that just says, go north, walk this way, do this, do that. You see angel numbers, you see, signs, and, you see the signs and symptoms of your brilliance, the things that you do, and along these gifts, you may be a singer or a writer or a scientist or a doctor or, a brilliant lawyer, or an actor, or, or XYZ, a great mom or great dad, or, a great postal worker, and on and on and on. So, within that, to whom much is given, much is required. So, there's going to be people that are going to be coming to you that are going to either want to know about you or want to know about, do they have spiritual gifts, or they, like everything that you say, everything, well, a lot of what you said or that you're saying resonates with them in some kind of way, shape, or form, and that's going to tell them or let them know that one, that they're not alone, two, that they're special, three, that they're unique, and that they can tap into this endless energy, this endless potential and energy, and knowing that they can follow the voice in their soul and know that there is nothing wrong with them, knowing that that they're just special, and just like if you see, you could be somebody who, becomes a valedictorian of your high school, your college, or whatever, things always came easy to you, or you just picked up on stuff, or you just did things a little differently. You thought, you just thought a little differently. You might have just been bored, and they say, well, you got a little ADD and blah, blah, blah. They try to put all of these, psychological terminologies on you, and that may just not be the case. Maybe you're just a little bored, maybe that stuff just didn't interest you. And I think that's especially with the younger kids, maybe your thought process was just a little different. Maybe, maybe you see things, maybe, with dyslexia, doesn't make you, that doesn't make you bad. It just makes you, just a little bit more unique than what you would see out there with, the whatever, the whoever people, and I'll just say, the tide is changing, man. The tide is really changing, and so you, maybe you like the pleasure of your own company, maybe, you get anxiety with being around a whole lot of people, out there. And like I get it. I was, with this pandemic thing, man, I've really been able to spend time with myself, God, and my ancestors, and and with other beings and all that good stuff. But and with that, it just takes you to another place, man. It takes you to another level. I went out to eat this weekend, and people just, nobody had on a mask, and they, it gives you, for me, it just gave me a lot of anxiety, because I'm looking at these people and I can tell they don't care about anything except for themselves, they just out there breathing like for real, now, you look at people like, get your breathing self away from me, man, and it's just, it's just like that. Things are just different now, and not, I don't feel like things are different in a bad way. You're just, not that you see these people as, but you can see these people for who they are and for what they represent. And it's like, I'm good. So no more eating out for me for a while. I'm going to pick my food up and I'm bringing it home like I was doing before. So I'm good, man. It's for me, and maybe for you, that's just a lot of anxiety, and that's just, that's another thing. They're just things that are just going to set you apart from the normal people. You're just going to talk different. You're going to walk different. You're going to, you have different ways of approaching things. You may you may need to take the assignment home, but your assignment is going to be greater, bigger, more amazing, and you're going to be able to put together something that's going to be revolutionary. And I'm just here to tell you that just, it's just nothing wrong with you, especially if you're doing it in a positive way. You're not out there hurting anybody. You don't feel you don't feel slighted. You're just trying to get a grasp, get a hold. You're just trying to get an understanding of, honestly, of just who you are. And and I think sometimes the world turns a blind eye to that. The world sometimes doesn't, appreciate your genius, but there are going to be people that get you, that's just what, it's just what that is, they're just going to be people that get you, get it. And they're just, they're just going to have a greater and a better understanding of who you are. That you're going to help them to be able to shift to understand things. So for me, I feel like masquerading under all of the everything that has happened. It's been a big, massive shift. Seriously, for a lot of people. A lot of people have figured out some things. They want to start their own businesses. They don't want to go back to the office. They're tired of the politics, in the office, in a country, wherever they are. And, honestly, and people want change, and some people, there's the haves and the have-nots. So some people were able to move and shake, and they're still doing some things, and they're going to continue to have that undercurrent and the undertone, and they're going to be able to shift, and they're just going to be able to go to, to just brand new territory. So, they're moving graceful with their actions. And in that, they've had a lot of mind shift. They had, the people just had time to themselves, time to think, like, going to the same old just isn't what it is, anymore. That's just, as someone said, that's just not the business, man. That's just, that's just not what it is, and, it's just like, if you believe in God, if God is for you, then who can be against you? And this in the whole grand scheme of it, man. So you're walking and talking, like like you've known, like you've always known, like you've always could just feel it. You've always known that there was something, an itch that you couldn't scratch, something that, so now you're able to see the unseen, hear the see the unseen, hear the unseen, and just take yourself up to different levels. Maybe you can pick up the Bible now and read through it, and just, being able to, and that's one thing about the Bible, just reading in between the lines, so to speak. So, now you can do that, or maybe you can do it with the Torah or Quran or the Dead Sea Scrolls, or whatever. So, and I'm also getting, time is on your side, harnessing your energy, going higher, harnessing your energy, going higher within yourself, not letting anything hold you back, not being bound by these traditional rules, because you're, what if as a kid, somebody told you that anything was possible, and, that you could use every skill set that you had to help to advance, not just yourself, not just your family, but humanity itself. So that's another thing, we're going to we're at a point where things are breaking, the so-called laws that hold us in place. People are not being bound by these so-called, human like type rules or thinking. It's like, people will say, I remember in school, they'll say, hey, put on your thinking cap, but that thinking cap has always been there. Those synapses in your brain are firing off. You're thinking now on a whole nother level. You can see your you can see your ultimate and your limitless potential. And cool. And please subscribe to my channel if you are new to watching me. But again, the direction, choosing your path, choosing and just choosing something higher, choosing something greater for yourself. So I'm just here to tell you that you're smart, that you're brilliant, that you're amazing, and that you don't you don't necessarily need the small people to tell you how great you are, because you've already known. They may see you as they're going to see you as different. It's okay. They're not going to be able to put you in their box. There's always going to be those that are great. The Einsteins, the Dave Chappelles of the world, the and on and the Dr. Sebis of the world, and these people who you know, the Booker T. Washingtons and on and on and on, the Dr. Kings and, the King Tuts and the great ancestors that came before us, so everything that's happening, it's happened before in one way, shape, or another, but for us, it's new. For you, you're going to continue to be renewed and exalted and who you are. You're going to continue um, to set a precipice for yourself. You're going to be amazed in the things that you're going to do and the things that you're going to be seeing, the places that you are, the places that you're going to be going in a very, very short and time span. Also, please take time to stop and smell those roses. But the directions are going to be seen. Again, it's like seeing the unseen, knowing the unknowing. You're not going to really, in a sense, feel like pressure anymore because you're just automatically going to shift and move, to the next thing. You're just going to have a desire to you're going to just continue to have a desire to continue to soar, to continue to move into greater things, and you're going to see the weapons, but they're just not going to be able to harm you. But it's just you're going to have time to take those vacations, do the things that you've always wanted to, and do business on the road, in airports, on the fly. It's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be an amazing journey. And you're going to see your soul tribe. They're going to see you for who you are, and and vice versa. And that within itself, that within itself is a very beautiful thing. But and just be open to the information, because a lot of stuff is going to be, a lot of the stuff is going to be for you, and a lot of the stuff is going to be for you, and then some of the stuff is going to be for everybody else. So a lot of this information you can use to help people who are just stuck and they think they're losing their minds, and they're like, what's wrong with me? Why don't I fit in? Why don't these people, I'm trying. So it's not to please them. It's to stay, for you to be a steadfast in your own life. It's for your own growth, for your own health, for your own benefit, for you to, it's for you to stand strong, stand tall, and just be the amazing rebel that you are, and and that's just, and you're honoring the great that you are by by doing that. Some people are going to fall back, but you're going to see yourself springing forward. The seeds are already planted. So that's the beautiful thing. The seeds are already planted. So it's almost like you're in an amazing grace period, man. So all of those things that you asked for, that you prayed about, you're going to see them come into pass. You're going to see yourself going to the dealership, your credit getting better. You're going to see your health improving. You're going to see the love of your life coming in, and you just saying this big and beautiful things. You're going to see some people go, you're going to see them come, but you're just going to stay there, stay strong. You're going to see this amazing, beautiful harvest in front of yourself and back of you, one side, and it's going to be there when you're gone too. So it's going to be able to bless those after you, and on and on and on. So just be brave and be honest. Just you're your own knight in shining armor right now. You are the star. You're the star of your show. You're amazing. You're if you believe in higher powers, or whatever it is that you believe in, but like Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. all the men and women merely players, in this thing we call life. But you know, you're you're unleashing, you're unwinding. Like I told somebody, you're stepping out. I guess a good metaphor would be, well, one thing, pay attention to your dreams. Please write them down if you can remember them in the morning, because you're definitely gonna start seeing key things in your dreams. That's also gonna help to shift the paradigm, your mindset. Your mindset, moving forward. Um, but yeah, so so if you were thinking about when, well, it's now. So please, use the time wisely. But all that said, that you're special, you're beautiful, you're amazing. Um, whenever you see this, today, tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, just know that at the time of your life is now, if you're seeing this. So you can get a good understanding and know that you're not alone. There's always been people out there like you, those star seeds that are stars, they are star seated in the universe. When I say seated, like there's a place for you out there, not place, but places that you're going to be going. Have a shift your mentality to first class. You're in neutral, put it in first class, put it in gear and get going, get moving, go ahead. Do what you have to do. Use that unlimited potential. The sky is just the limit for you now, so you're looking up at the heavens are looking down on you, and the heavens are smiling. So, and that's you're a stargazer. You have this aftersight, this foresight, this being. You're a wealth of knowledge. You are everything that you were told that you weren't, and then some. Because those people could see who you were, or maybe they just didn't get it. But that's okay. Everybody's not going to understand. Everything in this world is not for me to understand. So, but, I have to keep moving. And I know that I have things that, I have to keep moving. And I know that there's things that I have to do, that I know that need to be done, for other people out here, so on and so forth. But with that being said, and just trust your instincts, because they will not lead you astray. But all right, folks, don't forget to book your reading. Buy my books at soulloverman504.com, or go to Amazon under Devon Alvarez. Yes, I'm an author. I'm a writer. I'm an amazing author and writer. Ladies and gentlemen, soon to be very, very much so worldwide. But all right, I'm always going to speak that into my life. But all right, folks, as always, I'm out this piece. Don't forget to subscribe and share and all that stuff. Leave me a comment down below. See what you thought about this video. If you are still here, thank you. But as always, folks, I'm out this piece. Peace.